Drugs and alcohol produce profound chemical changes within the brain. Instead of the hierarchy of needs being food, water, and shelter, a new hierarchy is temporarily created, where it's drugs and alcohol, food, water, shelter. This happens so much to the extent that you won't care where you sleep and what you eat and who you socialize with. Your primary and number one goal will be intoxication. The front part of your brain that's responsible for morals and values, the part of your brain where your personality lies, the part of your brain, right, that houses empathy, the part of your brain that can think about your thinking is compromised during your active addiction. If all you saw was negative consequence after negative consequence after negative consequence, what would you think about yourself? This is the perception of people that suffer from addiction. And there's 23.5 million more of these negative, self-defeating perceptions. You buy into an identity that you're broken, that you're powerless, that you require medications, and that you'll never acquiesce into a place of peace and fulfillment. Science has proven that thoughts have a physical effect. Imagine if you believed that you were not powerless, you were not broken, and that there was faith and hope for you to reacclimate into a normal life again. The man that comes in here and walks through these doors on day one is going to have little to no resemblance to the man that leaves. I can guarantee you that. Not only in the way you look, but the way that you think. We're going to begin to show you the truth about who you really are, that you have a name and an identity. We know addiction. We know what suffering feels like. And if we know the truth about addiction, then we know that the fact that you use drugs and alcohol is not really the problem. It's an attempt at a solution to a problem. So if we can see the truth through an experienced and educated lens, our views of you are never distorted by the typical views of your behavior. I know you're not broken. Your brain is just malfunctioning and your mind is clouded by a false reality. When I see you, I see a life. I see infinite value and infinite potential, leaving no room for your distorted, self-defeating perception. I see you actualized and free from addiction. And the coolest part about this is I get to share this with you, and I get to bring you in to this reality, to the truth, to the true perception of who you really are. The fact that you're an amazing person, you're a good son, a good friend, a good father, that you are capable of anything you put your mind to, that you're learning to love yourself again through the person that you're becoming and who you are right now. That you're mindful of how you speak to yourself and communicate with others. That you're recreating who you are through the hard work of self-improvement. That you're bigger than addiction, that you're stronger than setback, that you're recovering. That's one of the biggest misconceptions about addiction, is that people that suffer from addiction are less than other people, or are less capable than other people, or are somehow inadequate and inferior. This is garbage. Some of the most powerful people that I know have experienced some of the most difficult hardships and biggest adversities, and it's shaped them to become who they are now. The same thing is for you. All this adversity, all this hardship is not in vain. That's going to make you recognize one day when you look in the mirror, you're going to see what you overcame and what it took you to overcome those things. And you're going to recognize again how powerful you really are. The fact that I'm not my addiction, I'm not broken, I'm not weak, I'm not powerless, that I'm a warrior, that I'm strong, that I'm confident, that I'm capable, that I'm determined, that I'm resilient. And you're going to recognize for the first time that that's who you really are. And it's about uncovering this misconception and getting rid of the misconception of who you think you are and helping you understand and know who you really are. I want you to have something real, something that's yours, something that's personal to you, something that's sacred to you that you don't want to give up, that that's not worth sacrificing to you. You recognizing that you don't have to go to a meeting. No, that you take that with you anywhere you go. You don't have to be in fear anymore, that you recognize you have the confidence to handle anything and that there's no negative emotion that will ever push you into a state that you will sacrifice that. I hope you hear this message clearly as a message of truth and that you hear it and that you make a decision today to do something different, to make a different decision. Come join us today. Call. We want to help you. We want to show you the truth. And we want you, most importantly, to see that truth for yourself.